Good morning, geeks and gamers. Fresh off of Party Animals last night, and the number one request was that we need Ryan Kennel to play Party Animals with us. Ryan, did you watch the Party Animals stream, and are you excited to play?
Well, I cannot tell a lie. I didn't really watch any of it. I caught a couple clips of things. I saw one like it looked like soccer, and Jay used a dinosaur to like block you, and then the ball. I don't know. I saw a little bit of it. It looked
Bro,
dumb as shit.
it is
Um,
retarded as hell
but
and so much fun, and it would make you so mad, but I promise you would have fun.
it seemed
You
like a game that was kind of like Mario Party mini games. You
It's
know what I mean? Just like
kinda
that level of
yeah.
really dumb little stuff, but still you're
Mhm.
trying to beat somebody else, so you get
Yeah.
into it.
Yeah, it's got the Mario Party Fall Guys kind of vibe going for it, and, yeah, it was and we had, like, 1,500 people watching, the chat was crazy, it was good, it was good, so I'm really, really happy that we got that recommendation. It was a lot of fun, so, yeah, I think we gotta get Ryan on. That's the first one of the I think the most liked comment was, "This game's so fucking stupid, we gotta get Ryan on it, he'll hate it." And everybody's like, "Yes, we need Ryan on." So, there you go, Ryan, you're a victim of your own anger and hatred of everything.
I stay away from those. Like, I stay away from gaming streams. I don't want to fucking do any of this shit. Like, you guys should have forgot that I was ever a part of these gaming streams by now.
No, you used to host them, man. You used to host all
That
of
was
them.
so long ago, though.
People have not forgotten. They have not forgotten. But hi, Ryan. How are you doing today?
I am just, I'm fantastic. I'm doing wonderful. Um, I'm ready to rock and roll. Ready to talk about Disney. Daily Wire with like basically an RKO out of nowhere that I was not
Yeah.
expecting. I don't think anybody else was expecting it either. But
Man, I've seen people like I think everybody knows I've done my fair share of criticizing Daily Wire over the past year. Even though we've worked with them, we've had a good relationship with them. I have nothing like inherently against the company. I know a lot of people there. Um, with that said, like that trailer for Snow White looked good.
I
I mean,
like
for what it was, you know what I
it was
mean?
just
Yeah.
whatever. Like that to me, honestly, isn't even the biggest announcement they made yesterday. It was the rest of their kind of kids, the kids app that they've developed, just entertainment for kids, Bent Key, and that they have like 150 episodes of a variety of different shows and everything like that, and more coming out. That takes a long time to build up, and obviously, when you're trying to build something from the ground up like that, it can take a while to get that backload of episodes. And here's the thing: when it comes to creating alternative entertainment, when people are tired of woke nonsense, they're tired of wondering if I can put my kids down in front of this and it's okay. What you don't want to do is create the absolute fucking opposite, right? You don't want to tune in to something and be like, okay, guys, now let me teach you about the geopolitical conflicts that we care about here at the Daily Wire. Or, hey, guys, look at this new puppet friend. He's got a MAGA hat on, right?
Yep.
This is like not the shit you want, right? You want just agenda free entertainment.
Yep.
And
Agreed.
that's what it looks like they've been focused on creating, which is a great thing. But
Mhm.
obviously, only time will tell.
Yeah, yeah, and, so I'm interested in it. I'm gonna support it if it's good quality entertainment, which is something we so desperately need, and we're gonna get a little further into the Snow White dynamic, here in a bit, and I think it's perfectly timed. I think the troll is fantastic. I love it, so we will discuss that.
But
Tomac!
it's wild that that is probably gonna see the light of day before Disney's.
Yeah, yeah,
Because they still have to do reshoots and all that stuff on the Disney Snow White adaptation. That originally had a release date of March of 2024.
yeah.
Um, but who that's expected to be delayed. They still need to do some stuff on it, so who knows?
Yeah, will be interesting. Tomac says Mr. H had a conversation with Director X. Did you guys check it out? I did. I mean, obviously, I didn't watch all 2 hours of it, and I put it on like 1.5 speed. I did skim through a lot of it. And I talked about it on Cobra Cast last night. I mean, I thought that Mr. H actually did a pretty decent job of keeping the conversation flowing and everything. But yeah, it just confirmed to me like Director X is just he's not somebody I'm gonna talk to. Like, I don't know. Did you have you skimmed through any of it, or did you watch any of it, Ryan?
No, I didn't. I didn't really watch any of that. I don't feel like I didn't feel like I needed to. I heard some feedback from some people, but yes, this is a dude who's desperately trying to get as much attention for his failing show as he can. And
Mhm.
there was some snippets that I saw that somebody posted about him talking about, people should be talking to you guys to get more attention for their projects and stuff like that. That's more what I feel like this is. That's why you had to run to the mainstream media to try to get YouTubers' attention, because that's the way it works now.
Mhm.
Is we have the bigger platforms,
Yep.
which is
Yep.
interesting.
100%. Jay's saggy orangutan tees. Party animals was weaponized to autism. Love it. I saw this one. I made green on Cobra Cast last night. Can I get green with Envy here today? We'll see. Cobra Cast had a ton of gifted memberships last night. And again, that is a programming update for everybody. We're switching it around. The Monday night stream, which has historically been Mario Kart for a while. Mario Kart is not going away forever or anything, but I think it's time to kind of change it up a little bit. But Cobra Cast is going to be the first stream over on my D-Day Cobra channel. I'm going to do that in prime time. And then afterwards, we do the gaming stream. I think it worked out better. We had a bigger audience we had a ton of people watching the gaming stream last night, and Cobra Cast was banging last night. So that'll be the norm, flip-flopping those times around. So make sure that you're aware of that. Jordy for $20 says, "It's my birthday today. Ryan, I was told you were a huge One Piece weeb. For my birthday, I want you to perform and announce Luffy's signature move, Gum Gum Pistol, right now."
I don't know what does he like flip around or something? I don't know what that is.
Ryan is such a bit. Listen, he's very Ryan. What you guys don't understand is he's a really humble person, and he has forgotten more about One Piece than most people even know. That's how involved he is in the One Piece lore, and he doesn't want to embarrass anyone with his knowledge of One Piece, so he's not going to embarrass anyone. So big ups to you, Ryan. That's really nice of you, buddy. I respect that. I think the chat does as well. So
No problem.
the carnivore trucker. Oh, and happy birthday, Jordy. Happy birthday. The carnivore trucker says Jay's looking a bit racist this morning. I mean, it's just what he does. He's going for the Ryan Kennel look today. Is he pulling it off? The real Sean Max says the party animal stream last night was hilarious and fun as fuck. A plus 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 entertainment. Hail the 199. The only way it can get better is if Ryan joins us. So we'll see if we can improve that in the future.
You
Ryan,
guys have Kara on the stream last night?
yeah, we had Kara on.
That
Because
sounds like she's a good replacement for
so
me.
she was rich. Kara was the MVP because she played the game on Az's stream, and that's how I was sold on it when Hayden told me to check that out. But so I didn't even really get to go through the tutorial because Krista walked in here while I was going through starting up the game. She's like, "I want to play," and I'm like, "Well, I'm just trying to go through the tutorial." I didn't really know how to play the fucking game. I didn't know any of the buttons. I was figuring it out as I went. But I just need to learn the buttons and learn how to throw, how to sprint, punching. I knocked Steph out like 5 or 6 fucking times, just straight up like Friday. Like, you got knocked the fuck out. And Hailstorm is actually working on an edit of some of the better moments from that stream. So it's going to be a lot of fun. Steven Wasick for 50 says a lot of activity on Ryan's Snow White vid. Commenters all Daily Wire, girl named Brett, Jews. I don't know if these people know Ryan's not really like that. Also, someone called Gal Gadot an anti-Semitic slur and no problem, but I got for and slur and no problem, but I got hit for saying F Naughty Dog.
He got banned by YouTube for like a day or something for saying fuck Naughty Dog.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know exactly. All right, so let me read it again. Lots of activity on Ryan Snow White vid. It's got a good like rate. It's like 99.6% like ratio. Pretty good.
99.6. That's fucking
Yeah,
high.
that's really high.
That's
I was
really
considering a
high.
little more pushback, but commenters all re Daily Wire, re girl named Brett, re Jews. I don't know if these people know Ryan's not really like that. Do you mean not Jewish? I don't even know what that means. But yeah, it's interesting. And my entire premise about that video as well was I have no idea if the movie is going to be good or not. But it's probably going to be, even if it's like the worst possible scenario and nobody watches it, they'll probably lose less money than Disney would on theirs. But it's very interesting the difference in what their statements are for someone like Brett Cooper versus Rachel Zegler. We've got Rachel Zegler's laundry list of shit that she's talked about Snow White. Brett Cooper sounded a little bit different. So we'll get to that today.
I mean, Brett Cooper, you can like, I don't like Brett Cooper's content.
I don't think it's made for
produced. I don't think what I'm saying though is it's overly produced and it feels fake. That doesn't bother me. I don't have a problem with Brett Cooper. I actually like Brett Cooper. We met her. She's a sweetheart. She's nice. Yeah. She's a super sweet person. And I think she's good at what she does. I just personally don't like it. But she's not done what has she done? She just has content that we don't like. Okay. Rachel Zegler is a bad person. Rachel Zegler is not a good person, an objectively terrible person. She's like the new Brie Larson at this point in time. Just not liking Brett Cooper's content means nothing. That's just an opinion, but she's by all accounts a very sweet person.
She sucks at fucking basketball, I'll tell you that. She looks like any old white woman playing basketball, that's for sure. Fucking trash. She did some like content with Jonathan Isaac.
I know, I saw it. I saw it.
Pretty funny. But I've got the chat saying Ryan's anti-Semitic. Ryan's not anti-Semitic. First of all, I'm pretty much anti everyone, just in general. So just putting that out. I think I'm mean to some people. Just assume that I'm also mean to everyone.
Well, didn't you? So your video, I haven't watched it yet. Your video is in support of Daily Wire doing what they're doing.
Yeah, it's not like I'm like, this is going to be the best thing ever. It's simply kind of what I talked about earlier, that, you know, all this content that they're making can't just be propaganda from another side. It has to be propaganda-free entertainment, agenda-free entertainment. That's really what the vast majority of people want. And when you're focused on making content for kids and stuff like that, that looks like what their goal has been. Doesn't look like you're getting political messaging. I do think it's really fucking funny that the first big thing they decided to do is go directly after Disney and it's essentially troll Disney with the Snow White, because Snow White is public domain, right? Now, if I was to make a Snow White and the Seven Dwarves and they're all named these certain names and it looks just like the cartoon from 1937, that's Disney copyright. But in terms of the story of Snow White, that's been around for centuries. It is public domain, and that's why they're able to do it.
Mm-hmm. I fully support it. So, you know, Ryan, your buddy Tobias Nexus sent a super chat. I figure I'll let you read that one since you're a big fan of Tobias.
It's about his furry degeneracy.
I bet he liked the Party Animal stream.
I bet he did. Probably raw after it. Tobias for 5. We really do need more actually good kids entertainment to keep them off crap like TikTok. Bluey is so far the best example for shows like that today. I don't know what Bluey is. I had no idea. I just hear about it and I see it on the streaming numbers, but I don't actually know what the fuck Bluey is. Let's get into this entire thing, and you guys can judge for yourself about what Daily Wire announced. There is no doubt that the Rachel Zegler woke race swap Snow White movie is going to be another disaster for Disney. It was probably already, had some struggles, had a mountain to climb, a hill to overcome after the bullshit we saw with something like The Little Mermaid. But then Rachel Zegler opened her mouth and made everything significantly worse. One of the things I was not expecting, however, was the announcement we got yesterday that after all the chaos, all the drama surrounding woke Snow White from Disney, that Daily Wire was going to fire back. Daily Wire is making a live-action Snow White movie starring conservative YouTuber Brett Cooper.
I love how they have to make. I love how it has to say conservative YouTuber. They cannot, they cannot leave that shit out. They have to paint that as a negative. Holy shit!
I kind of like Hollywood Reporter's headline better. Daily Wire is making a rival Snow White movie trolling Disney.
That's a perfect fucking headline right there. Perfect headline.
I like this one because it's very true. The way that Jeremy Boring starts it, he talks about, hey, we've 100 years of Disney, and it's sad to see what they're doing to this company. They're using Walt's name, but they've really lost completely their way. We also are a small studio with big dreams, blah, blah, blah. And then he says, one of the first things we wanted to take on was Snow White. And I guess we can watch the teaser here. A lot of it is just like establishing little background shots. They did not show much, but here it is.
In time, a prince would come.
Is that her singing?
It's someone singing, and it sounds like it could be her. I don't know if it's her or not, though.
Once upon
There you go, Tobias. Our friend Tobias probably excited about this part.
a time, but now that time is gone.
Snow White and the Evil Queen. Well, at least she's white, I guess. They got that part right in this adaptation. What was your first thoughts when you saw this, Jeremy?
I thought that just again, all we get to see is a couple of shots, but just like it does look like a really good production. Like it does look like it's high quality production. I didn't, and I was curious if that was her singing or not because I wasn't sure. But a lot of the chat's basically saying that she can sing, so that is her. And I didn't like if I'm giving critiques about the specifics, I didn't really like the whole turn and look. I thought that came off as kind of cheesy or whatever. It was kind of like, ooh, it's Brett Cooper, everybody. And it's like, well, it's not really, it shouldn't be, the focus shouldn't be it's Brett Cooper. The focus should be it's Snow White. And it felt more like this is Brett Cooper we're presenting. That's the only minor issue I would have with it. But overall, I think it looks like it has pretty high production behind it. And I think the timing, you cannot ignore the timing of the Snow White disaster from Disney and how this feels like a direct shot. This feels like Ryan won't get this, but the chat will. This feels like Monday Night Nitro going right after Monday Night Raw, WWF, WCW. That's what this feels like. And I am here for it.
Yeah, I have off this 50 seconds. It's mostly just nature shots. I have literally no fucking idea what to expect from this movie.
Yeah.
None whatsoever over one thing of her just turning around. But I can tell you this, what Brett Cooper had to say about playing the character of Snow White is much better than what Rachel Zegler had to say. I was raised on the original Grimm's fairy tales, so I'm thrilled we're bringing this iconic story to life for the next generation. Snow White is such a beautiful character. I'm honored to be playing her. Like all the best fairy tales, this is a story with timeless values like love, friendship, and kindness. I can't wait to share them. Compare that to, I don't know this.
Said you were bringing a modern edge to it on stage. What do you mean by that?
I just mean that it's no longer 1937, and we absolutely wrote a Snow White that is
not going to be saved by the prince.
She's not going to be saved by the prince, and she's not going to be dreaming about true love. She's dreaming about becoming the leader she knows she can be, and the leader that her late father told her that she could be if she was fearless, fair, brave, and true.
Or this.
Came out in 1937, and very evidently so. There's a big focus on her love story. With a guy who literally stalks her. Yeah. Weird.
So just off the response to playing the character of Snow White, a little bit of a difference there. Just a little bit between Rachel Zegler and Brett Cooper.
I almost forgot how much I dislike her. I almost forgot. And you just reminded me that she makes 2019 Brie Larson seem like the most likable person in Hollywood. Like, my goodness. And that is a perfect kind of breakdown of it, though, Ryan, in terms of showing Brett Cooper and her portrayal of the character and her perspective as an actress versus Rachel Zegler. Very, very, very different. I'll say, at the very least, this is very different takes. Holy crap.
And again, no idea what this is going to be like or how this is going to be, but the fact that they're going right after Disney is interesting. I thought this was a bigger deal. So Bentkey, this is the thing they just launched. It's now top of the App Store for kids content. We know the Daily Wire has been pushing towards this. They've been kind of silent around some of their projects for a while. It's probably because they were building a lot of this up. This is a minute long of just stuff for their strictly. This is for kids, programming for kids, agenda free for kids. I was kind of surprised with how much stuff there is. Let's watch this.
Hi.
I haven't seen this.
Oh, hello.
Wanna play?
I've seen enough. These two are ready.
Ready or not, here we go. Please keep your arms and legs inside the cart at all times. Hurry up, the party is starting soon. Yeah! Follow me! Where is he going? We're going on a treasure hunt. We're exploring the wild blue yonder!
It's Chilla time!
Pretty incredible. It's unbelievable.
Whether big or little or big, we all have fabulous adventures together.
Wow! It's time to head off for adventure. Look around you. All we need is the bit of music. Drum solo!
Imagine this.
Hey parents, download the BentKey app. New episodes available every Saturday.
That looks fantastic. Like in terms of the quality and the range that they have.
Yeah,
that looks
it
really
reminds
good.
me of some like super cringe like PBS thing
Yes.
before you had to worry about like putting your kids in front and worried they come out transgender afterwards.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
and
It looks like normal content for kids that you can sit your kids down in front of. There's like
Absolutely.
150 episodes of all these different things already ready to go right now. We'll see new episodes dropping every Saturday for a lot of this stuff apparently. But that to me is a more impressive display than a 30-second Brett Cooper Disney or Snow White trailer.
Yeah. So the reason I didn't even check that out is because I didn't even realize what BentKey was. And I don't like it. I don't understand what that like. How is that supposed to like? A name should have power or imagination behind it. BentKey sounds like a horror series or a horror franchise. I don't like BentKey.
I
Without
thought of
knowing
Latchkey.
anything, so I just don't like it. It doesn't sound good at all.
I totally get not wanting to name it Daily Wire Kids.
No,
know what I
but
mean?
like, yeah. It needs to have something with a little more imagination to it. But with that said,
Guys,
outside
we
of
got
just
agenda-free programming. Tune in to Fox News for Kids.
but with that said, I don't think we need to dismiss how, and I'm not saying you have or really anyone, but I'm sure there will be, but I don't think we need to dismiss the importance of this, what they are doing with genuine kids shows that you can watch and not have to worry about it. And that brings it back to like a 80s, 90s feel or a vibe, which is exactly what kids need. That's exactly what they need. That looked fantastic. I was really impressed with that actually. Don't like BentKey, but outside of that, everything else was a freaking grand slam from that perspective. And it's very needed right now.
Yeah, just a wide variety of stuff. And again, if it truly is agenda free, I think that's going to be a thing a lot of parents want.
Yep.
As opposed
Absolutely.
to just something that's propaganda from the opposite side.
Yeah, absolutely.
Agenda free TV.
Yeah.
Shout out to Steve Lookner.
Yeah. I used to watch that. I used to watch Steve Lookner a lot. And then, I saw him foaming at the mouth over TDS. And I'm like, you can't really have agenda-free TV as a brand when you're literally, and I don't mean this as a meme, literally foaming at the mouth over Trump. It happened. And I'm like, doesn't really line up with agenda-free TV, does it now? He does great work, though. He works his ass off, but he does great work.
I don't believe he wears pants, which I can respect. I think he just walks around with a shirt on. He just got a shirt, a couple ties, and a green screen. No pants. That's my headcanon about Steve Lookner. Doesn't he he lives in Florida somewhere, I think.
Why is Tobias talking about animals in the chat? Let's see. There's Phil says Tobias mentioning animals again. What do you want?
Party Animals is from Tobias for $10. Party Animals, a great game for cursing out your friends and drop kicking them off ledges. Just good fun for a night. I'm still waiting for Killing Floor 3. See if you guys play that. Killing Floor 3, what is that?
Well, Tobias, we played Party Animals last night, so you got to go back and watch the stream. All right. There you go.
All right. Let's actually fucking open up the super chat so I can take a look at him here.
What is this? Minority Home, yes. Jeremy Boring always wears that key on his neck. Watch the reveal and you'll see it. He explained why he wears it years ago. It was the key to his first office in Ben's backyard. Was this the bent key
I think
name?
so, yeah.
Doesn't matter. It just still doesn't work.
I don't mind the name. I think most names you have to turn into something. You know what I mean? There's a lot of brands, a lot of names. I wouldn't give a fuck about McDonald's. Who gives a shit? What is that? Some Irish guy because of McDonald's food that like everybody knows what McDonald's is. So
What
it's
what
kind of important, but I don't know.
What I'll say though is the golden arches is the branding that really pushed McDonald's over the top. Not so much the name, but the golden arches and the theming and the colors and all of that. So again, I've talked about this like when I was a kid, and like when I heard like Disney World, if the Walt's name was Walt Smith and he named Smith World, it doesn't have the same, it just doesn't have the same ring to it. That's not the reason it was successful or not. But if you're like, man, we're gonna go to Florida and go to Smith World, and you're like, what the fuck is Smith World? Disney World. There's just something special about how that sounds. You know what I mean? So it's just different.
What about Nickelodeon? How do you feel about the name Nickelodeon?
I think Nickelodeon and Nintendo both have kind of a whimsical kind of family like child-friendly feel to the name.
Nickelodeon?
Yeah. Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah. Nickelodeon feels whimsical and weird, you know?
I don't feel like I would think I would just if someone just said Nickelodeon, I'd be like, the fuck is that? I would feel the same way about Bent Key that I feel at Nickelodeon. Like, what the fuck
nah, Nickelodeon's fantastic. I think Nickelodeon's fantastic. Same with Nintendo. It flows.
I think it's just because of everything we know about them now. That's how I feel.
I don't think so. I mean, I'm literally complimenting every single element of that entire production, everything, because I know everything about, like, I would have never in a million years thought of Brett Cooper as Snow White. Yeah, I see it on screen and I'm like, this works. You know what I mean? It works perfectly. All of my preconceived notions, everything, it works. All that children's content works. Every single bit of that trailer was phenomenal. And I know, and I still know everything about the Daily Wire, and it doesn't change the fact that what they presented worked. I just didn't like the Bent Key name. It's not the end of the world. Just saying.
Improvement over Daily Wire Kids for sure.
Yeah.
Daily Wire Kids. Just like little fucking. You know what I would think was funny if they did Daily Wire Kids and they just had children doing the same things that all their other hosts were doing. Have a little baby Matt Walsh, like a fucking 8-year-old Matt Walsh doing Matt Walsh things. Have an 8-year-old Candace Owens, 8-year-old Ben Shapiro, and just do their content as an 8-year-old. That's what I think of when I think Daily Wire Kids. Deeds Minnesota for 5 says new names always sound odd. Thank you, Deeds.
Bent Wire Kids. Somebody said Bent Wire Kids. Let's get Bent Wire Kids.
Bent Key, Bent Wire. Yeah. Bent Wire Kids. That sounds like an abortion waiting to happen, to be honest. So I don't know if that's the best one. All right, let's take a look at some of these super chats. Tomac for 10. Welp, that's not me being pinged. Thank you, Tomac.
Tomac.
What's up, Tomac? As loves man tits for 5. I thought it said mantis at first when I started reading, like the Mantis, the character.
Is that a new account? Because I have not seen that account.
You'd think that would be old, but As loves man tits for 5. Since Chris Chan's back on YouTube now, maybe Disney should get him to play Snow White.
Wait a minute. Is he back?
I mean, I think he got off of the charges, right?
I don't know. I don't follow that world like you do.
I thought he did.
He
was out of prison. Like he was just fucking walking the grocery store. Chris Chan out of jail.
Holy crap, dude. That's funny. The only reason, look, to be fair, the only reason I know anything about Chris Chan's because Ryan gave me like the 5-minute breakdown of it and then sent me some videos.
Yeah, I mean, it was released back in March. Chris Chan is out of prison. It's from a month ago. Yeah, I mean he's out. Like I don't know what the fuck he's up to, but why not let him make content? I suppose. Innocent until proven guilty, right? Cole Hauser for 20. Yo, Jeremy and Ryan. I don't know what was worse, Rise of Cobra or watching Director X ramble like George the Animal Steal on Mr. H. He's a total left-wing loon. He has no comprehension of reality. 199. Yo, Joe. Praise Ara. Love you guys.
Did you say comprehension?
He says compression. So I was like reading it and like trying to correct what he said. It says he has no compression of reality is what the super chat said. I was trying to save you, Cole.
I will easily take Rise of Cobra because of Snake Eyes and Storm Shadow. Because Snake Eyes and Storm Shadow are phenomenal in Rise of Cobra. Everything else kind of sucks. But yeah, Ryan tried to save it. And in reality made a new memes. All I did.
Gamers Cafe for 5. Hey, Jeremy, have you heard about the rumors of Titanfall 3 possible being announced on the 27th or 28th of October? What are your thoughts?
My thoughts are I am not trying to get my hopes up. I don't know, man. I don't know if it's going to happen. Like there's two kind of really big stories out there right now. There's the CM Punk returning to WWE story and Titanfall 3. If I was to pick which one of those I think is more likely, I think it's more likely that CM Punk returns to WWE than Titanfall 3. Mainly because I don't really care about CM Punk anymore, even though it's a big story. But I don't want to be disappointed by no Titanfall 3. So I'm just happy Titanfall 2 is back. So I guess we will find out on the 27th if it returns.
Martin Molina for $5. Ryan, if you've seen the Scott's Tots episode of The Office, can you explain it to Jeremy? Do you not? Did somebody ask you about that the other day or something?
I don't think so.
Well, I have seen it. So Scott's Tots is an episode of The Office where a day that like Michael Scott has been dreading for a long time finally like comes to pass. When he was just starting off as a manager, he went to like this 5th grade class to like speak to them, to like inspire them or some bullshit. And he just like saw these kids, these underprivileged youth, and he promised them, hey, if you guys do good in school, if you pass, if you get through high school, I'll pay for all your colleges. That was like 12 years ago. But then he can't actually pay for anyone's college, but he's let them believe this for the last like several years. And so they have him at the school. He's just dreading the entire thing. And they have him at the school. They do these songs for him. They're so inspired by Mr. Scott. And they all call themselves Scott's Tots and all this bullshit. And he has to admit to them that he doesn't have any money, that he's not going to pay for their college. But he got them all, not even laptops. He got them all replacement batteries for laptops. And it's just like super embarrassing and a cringe moment. That's that episode.
It's pretty damn funny, actually.
It is.
I don't know why. I don't think anyone asked me about that. I don't think.
Yeah, it's really weird that you asked me to explain that to him. But
yeah, but that's okay. We know Ryan.
And it's like all black kids, right? It's like this underprivileged fucking place, and he promised them all the parents are fucking furious that you promised you'll pay for our kids' college. And he's like, well, I thought I was going to be a millionaire by 30, and then I wasn't. Then I thought I'd be a millionaire by 40, but when I was 40, I had less money than when I was 30. That's pretty good. And then like he's about to like come and fucking have to face the music and fucking admit what he did, and the bell rings. He's like, oh, I guess we're out of time. They're like, oh, don't worry, it's a double period. It's just good. It's a good episode of The Office. Bob Slayer.
Ryan randomly tells me it's all black.
It's an important part of the story. Like, if it was all a bunch of white kids, it wouldn't have the same meaning. But it's like a bunch of black kids who like probably couldn't afford to go to college or like whatever. So that's like double the meme.
The Real Smile Bit dropped 5 gifted memberships. What's up, The Real Smile Bit? Thank you, brother. Dropped 30 last night on Kick. 30. That's what's up.
Bobslade, thank you for that 20-pound super chat. Butter Biscuit for 5. I don't know if you saw my member message last night, but I just wanted to say Rippy yelling what the fuck is absolute gold.
Yeah, I read it. I stayed and read all the super chats last night after the stream ended. Also, I saw this comment right here. Didn't know G&G had a daily show, or the Daily Show was here. Found my new FNT. Hey, welcome in. Monday through Friday, every day, the same time. We are here on G&G Daily.
There you go. Unless something happens, like something drastic. Brandon Bellman for 5. The only good thing coming from Marvel now is Marvel Spider-Man 2. Only 3 more days. Y'all gonna be playing it. I don't feel like hype. I really like the first one. I don't feel like hype for this one. I'll probably play it at some point, but I don't know if I'm gonna play it like
Beardo's going to do a review.
Out.
Yeah, Beardo will do a review for us. We'll have it here on the main channel. I know he's really excited about it. I mean, the game does look fantastic. I'm more hyped for Super Mario Wonder personally, which comes out same day. So,
As loves man tits for 2. Come on, Disney. Chris Chan is Snow White, please. Sideways Stan for 2. Cast Kamala Harris as the evil queen. That'll be good. Gary's Beard Crabs. I almost said berries for $2. Daily Wire Kids Clavin would be 28. If they were doing kids for all the hosts, Andrew Clavin's just like a normal man. Jay's Saggy Orangutan Titties for $1.99. Daily Wire Kids present story time with Chris Benoit.
God. Hey, I know I'd left FNT like at 3-hour mark last week. Did Gary read the Chris Benoit 50 for Comic Book Girl?
Yeah, he was like, I don't know if I should read this. I said, no, we're all about equality here. You got to treat her just like you would anybody else. I'm going, fuck that she's a woman.
Did she fall for it?
No, like she knew who Chris Benoit was, so she didn't fall for it.
It's so good, dude. It's so fantastic when people ask that for real. The best one was Chrissy's. The second best one was when Jay and Dan, and Jay was like laughing about it and then tried to tell Dan, and Dan's like, hey, quiet, I'm trying to read the man super chat. Like, all right, go for it, bro.
And that's also, well, Dan's obviously from a shithole country that like doesn't have a good education system, but he's been told about Chris Benoit like 8 times. I know. Like legitimately, and every time I feel like he's a goldfish or something. Every time he finds out, I'm like, hey Dan, why don't you Google Chris Benoit? And it's like, I don't know how it doesn't auto-populate in his Google search. But he's like, oh really? It's like a surprise to him every time that he doesn't fucking remember that. But I don't know.
Oh man.
Speaking of Chrissy, did you see Chrissy's big announcement that she made the other day?
Yes, I did.
That's awesome. Yeah, congratulations to her,
Chrissy.
She's gonna have a baby. So I don't know if I should tell the story or not, but yeah, I found out a little bit before she made that official announcement, but not on purpose. It's because I was a fucking asshole. It's because she was acting funny about a certain
Gary
date.
said don't. Gary said don't.
Don't?
I don't know. Somebody said Gary said don't. I don't know what you're telling, so I have no idea. And the way that you said you're not sure if you should say it, I don't know. I don't know if Gary said that on a stream or what. Gary said wait for FNT is what chat's saying.
Oh,
wait for FNT. Save it for
okay.
FNT. Okay, all right. I don't even know this story. I have no idea. I have no idea.
I'll do that.
What the fuck is going on? I don't even know.
Why are you guys telling me? Why didn't Gary fucking tell me himself?
The whole chat's like, Gary said wait for FNT. Why didn't Gary tell us to wait for FNT? Welcome to being part of FNT, where we don't know what's going on, but we find out through the chat that Gary wants us to do something because he told the live stream, but not us. Jesus, Gary.
Guess I'll fucking wait. All right. Well, yeah, you guys already know, but it's the story, I think, probably of how I did something that was a little bit of an asshole move
Now I
because I
wanna
constantly
know.
have to know everything.
I wanna know now. I
Well,
have no idea.
wait till FNT, according to Gary. Archer Blades, remember for 2 months, ever watched the movie The Founder about the original founder of McDonald's, Ray Kroc? He expanded the OG restaurant from pre-founders, the McDonald's Bros.
The
I think
Founder.
I have seen some of
Was
it
that
at least.
was Michael Keaton in that?
I don't know.
I'm wondering, is it Michael Keaton? Well, I think Michael Keaton's in that, right, chat? Am I right about that? Yes, Michael Keaton. Yes. Look at Steph trying to be the first to type it. Like you know it's she misspelled words because she wanted to be the first one. Where did it go? I can't find it now. Right here. Look at her. She was trying so hard to be the first one to type
Rival.
it.
Rival.
But yeah. Let's see. I don't know if I've seen The Founder with Michael Keaton, but I'm familiar with it.
Gremlin
like I
Anku for
have.
10. Huge
feel like I
wrestling nerd here. CM Punk got blackballed in the WWE. The news said no, he's not coming back.
Wait, say what now? Oh, the news said no?
Huge wrestling nerd here. CM Punk got blackballed in the WWE. The news said no, he's not coming back.
Who's the news?
The news.
Because I know that I'm very aware of I'm aware of all of the stuff that happened, but I'm also aware that WWE is under new leadership now.
The news said it, Jeremy. How much more specific do you want me to be?
So I don't know if I haven't kept up with the last week or so. I heard there was a report from Dave Meltzer saying that he wasn't going to come back now, but I don't know. But they are under new leadership now, so we'll see. What is it?
I'm not going to read it, but I will star it so you can look at what I just starred.
Okay.
It's about an announcement. Ministry of Wrong Thing for 10. Did you notice the viewership numbers for Samba TV released for premiere of Ahsoka were literally less than what they reported for Batwoman's premiere numbers?
All right. What was the fucking super chat? That was reading the comment.
Did you notice the viewership numbers Samba TV released for the premiere of Ahsoka were literally less than what they reported for Batwoman's premiere numbers?
I didn't notice
Samba
that.
TV premiere. So this is something I will say. People, you have to only compare Samba TV to Samba TV numbers. So if you mean Samba TV announced like Batwoman had 2 million households tune in for the premiere, then okay, maybe that's the case. But if you're just talking about what the actual like ratings say, we're talking about different things. It's impossible to kind of cross-pollinate those because the households number doesn't mean that those are the only households in all of America that fucking had it on. It's based on their data, based on the 40 million smart TVs they have and the households that they're able to calculate. It doesn't mean that only 1.2 million people watched it. So the actual number is usually higher. I just want to put that out there because I don't know exactly what you're talking, if you're talking about Samba TV or not. But I will also then say the amount of people that had access to watch CW, which isn't cable, it's just anyone with a TV can get it, probably higher than the amount of people in this country that have Disney Plus. So just saying. I'm not sure though. Chronicles for $10. Guys, did you watch Mr. H Director or interview with Director X, Robin Hood Director? Sorry, I've already mentioned it. Just came on. I haven't watched it, no.
I did. And I thought it was pretty good. So I thought Mr. H did a pretty good job of keeping the conversation flowing. So I didn't watch all of it. I skimmed through it. I heard he mentioned like Az and Geeks and Gamers and Ryan a couple times, and he didn't say it in like any negative way per se, but yeah, it just confirmed to me that I don't want to talk to the guy.
I liked how he said my name in that one clip on Twitter. Like Ryan. I enjoyed that. Tomac for 20. Looks like we got 2 Gargoyles remakes coming up. I only have hope for one of them being good. That live action show will most likely be trash. Yeah, did you see some announcement? They've got another like live action Gargoyles or something?
Yeah.
speaking of Disney, I guess we can talk about what they did yesterday, which they actually put out something that people liked, Jeremy.
They actually did something pretty good for once. And all it does is remind everyone about how bad things have gotten for them.
That's how it feels. That's kind of how it feels, like what they did here. Let's pull this. I don't think I need to share audio for this, so I won't. But Disney celebrated their 100th anniversary. And as part of that, they did this entire thing, Once Upon a Studio. Over 500 different characters that we've seen in different forms of Disney animation. A bunch of the original actors coming back to voice these characters, even if it's just for one line or something like that. And they put together this really heartwarming little short, like 5-10 minutes, about, you know, them all getting together to take a picture for 100 years and to honor Walt and all this stuff. And to me, all it was a reminder of how easy it is to make fans happy and how far this company's fallen. I don't know if you got to watch this entire thing or not, Jeremy.
I didn't watch the entire. I've seen several clips of it. You know, Krista was really hyped for this whole thing to kind of see if they were going to be able to actually honor it, and rave reviews from her afterwards. And then I saw a lot of other people talking about it. And some of the clips for sure, like there was this one clip of Mickey Mouse, like with Walt, you know, and just little stuff like that definitely it really did kind of hit the points that they wanted to make. And again, man, Disney's got some of the most iconic stuff of all time, and they've moved so far away from that. So seeing this stuff respected and realized from the past is just a reminder, and it's an obvious reminder of how bad things are right now, and they have been. And you kind of accidentally just proved all of the criticism right with this.
Yeah, to have this like nice little sweet, you know, tender thing that you put out, clearly showing that you have respect for all these things that came before, it really makes people question why, I don't know, you've got the director of Snow White's son saying that his dad and Walt Disney would be fucking rolling over in their graves if they knew what you were doing. You know, when you see all these different stories about Disney failing in basically every aspect of their business, from theme parks to streaming to theatrical releases, everything's bad for them right now. You got hit pieces from the media about Bob Iger and what he's done to this company, and other people coming out say he's exhausted and overwhelmed trying to save this company from itself. It really all comes back to the fact that in just a few years, you've turned a company whose reputation was about family-friendly storytelling, about honoring these things that came in the past, that people could hand down from this generation to the next generation to the next generation. You've turned that into a name that's synonymous with like grooming kids, a name that's synonymous with an inherently political company, that if you have one political idea that doesn't align with theirs, they fucking don't want you there and they hate you. All that damage has just been done in the last couple years, and it was by prioritizing identity politics and pushing an agenda instead of actually entertaining people. So to me, that's what this did. It's like, look how easy it is to do something that just shows you respect what came before instead of what you have been doing for the past several years.
Yeah, and I wonder, is this one thing we know about these companies, and this is something that I've you know, kind of pointed out for years. People are like, "Oh, why do you guys criticize so much?" And it's like, dude, they release information to get feedback from people all the fucking time. That is a marketing ploy. They release information, they release news, you know, stuff gets reported by certain sites as rumors, so they can get feedback from people to see how people respond. And I do wonder if something like this was put together because we know Disney is fucked right now. Like, they're in really bad shape. They've been in bad shape. We've heard all of these different reports of you know, different things behind the scenes going on. And you've seen that the theme park attendance has suffered. You've seen creative decisions behind the scenes suffered. Box office has suffered. Pixar movies are underperforming. MCU movies are underperforming. Everything is in a bad way. Did they put something like this together to see if there was going to be a genuinely good response? I don't know if they thought that far ahead, but it will be interesting to see if they, regardless of the reasoning that put this together, are they going to take the feedback into consideration for the right reasons? Time will tell.
Yeah, it was obviously a big. It wasn't just something that was done on a whim. It was a big project.
Oh yeah, this is a big project.
Like specifically all the actors involved. To have like Jeremy Irons come back and do Scar. He was just one of a laundry list of actors that they brought back, original voice actors for these things that have happened over decades and decades. They used people who were worried that they were going to use like Robin Williams AI. They actually used like an old thing that he recorded for Aladdin that didn't get used in the original stuff. They used something from Robin Williams as Genie. Just some interesting shit like that they did, and I think it had a good reception, but it unfortunately just reminded people how easy it is to make fans happy and how poor of a job they've been doing of it lately.
Yep. Well said.
Also, it looks like they already have their next Pixar movie on tap. Speaking of Chris Chan, since Chris Chan is trending, just wanted to ask this. Anyone else looking forward to this upcoming animated film? It's going to be such a wholesome classic. Sonichu.
So nice. Like some people are not going to get this in the chat. Ryan, can you give us kind of a vague breakdown of the meme here? I'd say 50%, maybe 30% of the audience is not going to understand this at all. So
Chris Chan is a fat retarded person who, well, autistic, and also now potentially criminal. But anyway, whether they identify as a man or a woman right now, I'm not sure. They invented this character called Sonichu, and they at one point felt like they actually were transcending to become Sonichu, which is a mix between Pikachu and Sonic. But anyway, long story short, it looks like he has sex with his elderly mother, like he raped his elderly mother who had dementia at the time. So this is just, I guess, the moments leading up to that. Maybe he just tucked her into bed. So
it's so bad. It's so bad. It's I blame Ryan for the fact that I even know about this shit. Okay, I blame Ryan.
So Christian got arrested basically for fucking incest and raping his mother. I don't know what the final court, he was been released on bond, I think. I don't know if the legal proceedings are over or whatever yet. I'm not sure. So
yeah, really bad. Really bad. I saw Hayden. Hayden didn't know the story. Now he's like, what the F? So
there's a lot of YouTube videos about Christian Weston Chandler.
Yes. So. Yes. Thanks to Ryan, he sent me a few, and then the rest of them start showing up in my fucking news feed. Why is this showing up?
Yeah, Chris Chan's made another. I've not watched it at all, but has made a video since getting released. So I don't know. I'm not super up on the last couple months what's been going on, but there's your
yeesh.
So you can get the joke there.
Hayden says, I don't need to watch any of those. I'm good. Yeah.
I don't know what you're missing.
It's a wild story. It really is. It's pretty much
a crazy place.
Yeah, better than anything Disney's produced lately, except for maybe Guardians.
More character development for Chris Chan. All right, where the fuck are we here? Objectively a cat for two. At least you don't objectify cats, Ryan. That's true. Tobias for $5. I keep seeing YouTube trying to get me to watch animated G.I. Joe movie. Resolute. Is it worth watching? Ara.
Yes. Resolute probably is the most beloved G.I. Joe movie, animated or live action. I personally like the 87 movie more, but Resolute, I highly recommend it. Snake Eyes Storm Shadow storyline is phenomenal. Everything else in it is really good. They gender swapped dial tone for some fucking weird reason, but it doesn't derail from the story. But yeah, Resolute's great.
Peter Hewitt for $2. Which of you two will read Jada Pinkett's book? Well, Jeremy can't read, and I don't want to, so neither probably. Bowser's Furry for $2. Is it true Shapiro's playing the prince? Yes, I believe that Ben Shapiro will be playing the prince. Maybe he'll be the huntsman.
Oh, that would be so fucking weird. If they did that, that movie would fail. I would roast the living shit out of this movie if Ben Shapiro was the fucking prince, dude. It would be worse than
personally, I don't think he or a lot of people are involved in any way with any of that shit.
He's not.
I mean,
He's not. I don't think. But yeah, if that happened, I would absolutely turn this into a Daily Wire hate channel. Like it would be so bad.
yeah. And by the same token, like we said before, if somewhere in the middle of this movie, like somebody pops up to give a lecture about some parallel to Israel, Palestine, like whatever, you know what I mean? People also wouldn't want that. People don't want to be lectured to by either side. They just want entertainment.
Dude, like I'm telling you, if they and again, I understand that the point I'm making falls apart completely because this is Daily Wire. But my point being is like if they walked in there with like a pro MAGA message in the middle of a movie,
That's what I mean.
I would roast the hell out of it. I know that would never happen with them, but because they don't like Trump, generally speaking, the heads of the company. But if they came out with a pro Republican message, we'll just say that I would roast the hell out of them for it.
Yeah, someone said he could play a dwarf. that would be pretty good. Or like someone, I think Jocelyn said they should do ads in the middle of the movie. Just have Ben Shapiro come in and do ad reads. Aberjam for 2. Ryan is a real American homo. Thank you. CG87343 for 5. What do you think about the Daily Wire producing a Snow White movie starring Brett Cooper as Snow White? Should rewind the stream a little bit.
Just a little bit.
Michael King for 5. Ryan, what's your take on the Navy? Having a drag queen as digital ambassador for recruitment earlier this year. As an Army vet, I find it appalling. The reality is it's going across all aspects of the military. They're all fucking in on this bullshit. That just happened to be the one that went viral. So it's pretty disgusting. But recruitment of normal people, if they can't get normal people to join, so got to go to the freaks, I guess.
Yep.
All right. Don't pull a Reuben for 2. Hi, Ryan. Hail 199. Thank you. Obsidian Disorder for 2. You guys help me get through work. Hail the 199. Thank you, Obsidian. Jay's Saggy Orangutan Titties for 199. 2000s Disney Channel was S tier. Obama. Hail the 199.
Hail.
Elite Neo for 5. Ryan must have watched Geno Samuel's 2.1's 79-part comprehensive history on Chris Chan to become such a learned Christorian. No, I have not watched that one. I've seen a couple of his videos, but not the 79-part saga. Lean back, have a snack, take a nap. Member for 3 months. Daily Wire also wants to adapt The Little Mermaid, but I don't know. Can Walsh even swim? I don't know.
That is true. Like Disney has utilized so many of these properties that are basically open to anyone. You know what I mean? That they can interpret. And if the Daily Wire has they clearly have the funding, they clearly have the following, and they clearly have the infrastructure and the everything. They could really change the game with this, man. They really could.
Well, the Snow White thing, it's just so simple, yet it's genius. It's like, hey, there's a lot of fucking people out there that despise Rachel Zegler and hate what Disney's doing with this new woke Snow White. Mm-hmm. Well, this is a story that anybody can use. It's been around for fucking centuries. We have somebody who's white and has dark hair and is an actress. Okay, let's fucking do it. Like, it just...
Mm-hmm.
It's genius because they're gonna get marketing just from people that hate Disney. Jesus Davila with a gift membership. Thank you. The Old Man Cometh, member for a month. Hail 199. I just got home from the hospital. I had my gallbladder removed.
Oof.
I think it's weird that we have shit in our bodies that we don't need.
Yeah.
What is pancreas? Is that the other thing you don't need?
I don't know. I'm not a fucking doctor. Ben Shapiro's wife would know.
People get their pancreases removed, right?
Ben Shapiro's wife would know. His wife's a doctor. I can't believe I made that Ben Shapiro joke. It's such a played out joke at this point.
My wife's a doctor.
Appendix.
Appendix?
Yeah. Yeah. You don't need your appendix.
Oh, there you go. I just looked up, can you live without a pancreas? They said yes.
No.
I don't know.
One thing I've learned is don't Google medical stuff. You'll be dead in 3 clicks, dude. Holy shit.
It's true. Aurora Uplinks, member for 6 months. I had a really great idea. What if Marvel actually made a movie around Ford and Hamill as central characters who go on adventures together in space? Marvel? What if Marvel made a movie about Harrison Ford and Mark Hamill as characters go on adventures in space? I don't know.
I mean, it's probably better than anything Disney
Star
Wars,
Wars, I guess. Aurora uplinks for 2. Maybe the draft will have to use liposuctions. I mean, that's true. Like nobody, so few people would qualify to serve in the military if there actually was a draft because everyone's too fat in the world. At least here in America, I should say. Not in like dog shit countries like Brazil. Nobody eats there. Dan Vask. Let's see. Aurora uplinks for 2. Well, Star Wars sure isn't going to do it. Ministry of Wrongthink for 199. Jeremy watched Chris's Virgin with Rage song.
At Chris Chan's?
Probably. Chris's. So, yeah.
I have not.
And I think we're all caught up.
Did
right
you
at
get
12.
Rumble?
Oh, hold on.
We had one, I think, on Rumble from
earlier?
Deeds MN says new names always sound odd.
Yeah, I said that one earlier.
Oh, you said that one? Okay. And I do agree. New names do sound odd. I mean, in a year from now, if Binky just blows up and everything, it probably won't be that big of a deal. But for now, it's not something that really inspires children's content at this point in time, but they can earn that. But yes, so we got Tuesday night's main event tonight. Looking forward to that. Ryan, outside of practicing party animals, what do you got going on?
Nothing.
Got nothing. All right. Well, I can't wait. I can't wait for Ryan to play some party animals with us. It's going to be awesome. And he's gonna be cussing people out. And dude, it really is fun. It's retarded and it's fun. You got to play it. You got to play it, Ryan. I'd much rather have you than Hailstorm because
how much does it cost? Like $20?
$20. I'll gift it to you on Steam. There you go.
Okay.
So I would much rather have you than Hailstorm. Hailstorm just all he does is fucking trolls me and chases me around and fucks with me the whole time, and he ruins any opportunity I have to do anything. Pisses me off. It's just like playing Mario Kart. I don't know why I bring him into these fucking streams.
That's what his whole life is about, right?
Yeah, pretty much. But all right. Well, thank you guys. Tuesday night's main event will be happening tonight here on the main G&G channel. After that, we'll probably play something. I don't know. Play Fortnite or Titanfall or something. Probably Fortnite. Other than that, thank you guys so very much. We appreciate it. Have a great day, and we'll see you tonight for Tuesday night's main event. Bye, everybody.